Hey guys, it's Chris. Long time no speak. I've been pretty busy with school and doing stuff on my own. So yeah, let me just tell you a little bit about my last 2 weeks here in Japan. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. Um, it was my friend Kate's birthday, so we went out to the Osaka Kaiyukan, which is the aquarium, um, and that was really cool. It's sort of, you go up to the top and work your way down in a circular motion, and you observe different. It's sort of like you're going deeper and deeper underwater. So there are a couple land animals, at the surface, and then you work your way down into the deep water fish, and there was a baby whale shark there, and then you work your way down into like the depths of the ocean. So I'm assuming the jellyfish were last, so I don't really know anything about the ocean or how deep like fish live or anything. So I'm assuming jellyfish live way down at the bottom of the ocean because they were like the last exhibit. And then we went on the fifth largest Ferris wheel in the world, and that's located right next to the Osaka Aquarium, and that was really cool. I don't like heights, and my friend doesn't either, so we were freaking out the whole time, and people were making fun of us. Yeah. So sorry, I thought my roommate was coming back. So, this past weekend, Saturday, I went to Osaka Peace Museum with a couple friends, and that was really interesting to see, just from, a historical point of view, but also they weren't shy about admitting Japan's like war crimes. There were graphic pictures from Korea and China, especially Nanking, and they had a whole presentation in the form of anime, like Japanese animation, about just the horrors of the bombing of Osaka and what really happens in war. And for me, I don't think you could, in my opinion, I don't think anyone can sort of leave that museum still thinking that war is okay, or that war doesn't. There are more pros than cons to war. Than, yeah. So it really upset me, but I'm glad that I went. And then after that, a couple friends of mine have to do a project about the homeless in Japan. So we went to this really poor neighborhood in Osaka called Imamiya. I believe that's the name. And we didn't really see we didn't really see that many homeless people living or anything. So yeah, we asked several convenience store workers in different locations, and they didn't really know anything, or they didn't want to tell us because the only girl that spoke fluent Japanese was a woman and a foreigner. So I don't think they would have sent one a woman and two a foreign woman into a dangerous neighborhood, or to do a dangerous thing. So I think that was part of it, but also I think it was also ignorance that Japan doesn't really do anything about their homeless population. So, or they're mentally ill. I've seen several mentally ill people this week alone, and it's really sad because people just ignore them, and the people they're with look like they're ashamed of them. And coming from New York City, where I know that there are options for for help towards the mentally ill, and it's really saddening to see like nothing being done. I recommend reading With the Light. It's a whole manga series about raising an autistic child in Japan. Uh, it's unfinished because unfortunately the author died while writing it, but there's 8 volumes of it, big omnibus volumes of it in English. So please check that out if that's something that's interesting to you. Also, finishing up this whole homeless story, we finally found someone in a Lawson's. She's actually an employee in a Lawson's, and she said that there are several organizations that run soup kitchens in a local park in that neighborhood. So my friends are gonna look into it, and we're all gonna go and volunteer, hopefully. And I'm not part of that class, but I want to give back while I'm here. So yeah, and then we went to Umeda at night, just walked around. And then yesterday I went to the Butokuden in Kyoto, which is the Kyoto City Martial Arts Center. The Butokuden itself is the oldest martial arts building in Japan, I believe. That's what I think that's what the website said. But it was built in 1895. So you couldn't walk through it, but you could walk around it, and it was just a really cool experience. When I went into the whole complex there, there were just hundreds of people coming out from Sunday morning practice, and I felt really at home. I knew that they were just like me. We don't speak the same language, we probably don't do the same kind of martial arts, but they were there for a reason, and I just felt really at peace, and I really needed it because I was feeling sort of homesick, and I don't know, I just felt really at home there, and that was a really great feeling. I also saw, while I was walking into the whole complex there, I saw a sensei with his class, and I saw on the kicking pad that said Shinkyoku Shinkai, which is a different organization than mine. I'm Kyoku Shinkai-kan, but it's the same style. And I showed him my Kyokushin hoodie. Hold on. This Kyokushin hoodie, and he gave me a big os and just a big smile, and I talked to him for about maybe a minute in Japanese, and that was it. He walked away, and it made my day. Also, there are a couple of martial arts supply stores around the neighborhood, and I checked those out. They were really cool. Mostly kendo supplies and stuff, but still martial arts nonetheless, and it was really interesting. So yeah, that's it. Here's some pictures from my latest travels. Take care.